as you can see here, we just have two lovely ladies here on the panel this morning, as we had some people back out this morning of the show. So we're going to have our replacement to get a male here on the panel. No one other than my number one filling in as a replacement here for the males that are not here. Thank you for the last minute replacement. My number one. Morning. Okay, because y'all know we need a male's perspective. Okay, so the topic is cheating acceptable in a relationship? Well, I'm going to have these two ladies recap their answer. And because we have a new person to the panel that was not here last week, we're going to see what his perspective is. Okay, so Hazel, if you could just give him a brief recap of what you thought about cheating last week. Did you find cheating acceptable last week?
No, cheating is never acceptable. Just leave.
Boom, just leave. Short, simple, and sweet. And Nikki, what was your recap? What was your input on it?
Yeah, same thing. Cheating is not acceptable. It does happen. That's the one thing that I'm hung up on, is that it seems like it happens in every relationship that was on the panel. And so I'm trying to wrap that around my brain. What does it actually mean for people, and how should we approach the idea of monogamy?
Absolutely. Okay. Last week, there were some cheaters and some people that got cheated on last week. So it looks like we all have dealt with cheating before. And we're going to bring it over to our new guest here on the panel this week, Mr. October. Okay, his name's not Sweatpants and Lingerie, but he is in one on Saturday. So make sure y'all tap in Saturday. So, Mr. October, is cheating acceptable in a relationship?
No, it's not acceptable. Like Nikki said, it happens, but the answer is it acceptable? But no, it's not acceptable.
And why it's not acceptable? You got to elaborate a little bit more.
You have your do's and you have your don'ts. You have your negatives, your positives. You have what's right and what's not right. Due to you who, you don't want done to you. So it's like, if you don't want it done to you, don't do it to me. First of all, it's just so many things around it. I'm going to bring it from my experience again. I'm a big, giver. So it's been points of time where actually I have been cheated on, and the woman was actually giving the male some of my money. So I give her some money, and so it goes with different things. It goes with money. They said the feature show, so I'm gonna keep it clean like that. But you can be bringing me back STDs. It's just so much stuff you can go around with cheating. So it's like, it's not acceptable in no kind of way at all. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna get your lick back, but it's not acceptable.
Okay. Hold that thought, because I'm not finished with you. Welcome to Life Happens with Strawberry Red. Our topic is cheating acceptable in a relationship. We are on part 2 from last week. If you're new into the stream, make sure you tap on my name and hit the fave. And make sure you fave everyone here on the panel. And if you need a fave while you're in chat, please drop them strawberries in chat. Okay, October, you didn't get asked in this question because you're new to the panel, so I have to catch you up with the two ladies here. You said that you got cheated on, and you said people get their lick back. So were you a cheater? Did you cheat back to get even?
I didn't cheat back to get even. I just cheated. I am a guy who, if you don't know me, you don't know my lifestyle, then it's like you can't relate. But I've always in my whole entire life been around women. So that's what I'm attracted to. It's like, for me, I know I can't get into a serious relationship because my eyes wander. They wander. Now, when I talked to y'all 2 weeks ago, I said, I've been through so much. I've hurt so many people. By the time I do get in a real relationship, she's going to love me because of all the bad that I've noticed, all the bad that I did. So I've corrected all that. So, I want to say this right quick, because I'm getting woken up. I'm waking up. I want to say this. Once a cheater, not always a cheater. Stop saying that, for real. Because people really learn from their mistakes, and they be hurt by it themselves, mentally, physically, and emotionally when they're alone. And some people do change, and I was one of them people.
Okay, y'all. Well, he need to get out my head because that's one of my questions. So since he done brung up my question, once a cheater, always a cheater. We're gonna bring this over to Hazel. Do you
Sorry.
believe in that statement, Hazel? Because we see that he said he changed. But what are your thoughts on that statement?
Um, you can change, but if you've been cheating your whole life, it's gonna take a conscious effort um to not do that. So if you feel that you've grown and you've changed, then maybe you won't cheat. Um, that's just I don't know. That's how I feel.
Okay, and what about you, Nikki? Is once a cheater, always a cheater? Do you believe in that statement?
Um, you know what? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna go with what um, is said here. You have a conscious decision every single day to live your life a different way, and people do learn from what they consider to be mistakes or experiences. So I don't think that you will always be a cheater. I do think that you may rethink relationships. And so that allows you to, or you may look at sometimes how easy it was. You may not have learned from the last experience and you just kind of continue with those same behavior patterns. Because we all do that in everything, not just cheating. We just have a habit of doing something, right? And so I think that if you don't actually sit down and reflect um, on the what pain you may have caused somebody, it may continue to keep you may continue to keep on doing that behavior.
I absolutely agree. Sometimes I'm a little 50-50 on that statement because you do have serial cheaters. And when I said serial cheaters, it doesn't matter if they're in this relationship and it's going good or they're in the next relationship, they're still going to cheat because that's what they're choosing to do. So I feel like at that point in time, they're not really willing to change because they have some type of problem that they're not willing to fix. And then on the other half, I do believe that people can change. Like you said, it's effort, decision, and choice to make to be able to change and want to fix that and not continue to hurt someone. And sometimes I think once that person get hurt, then they realize, dang, this is what I've been doing to someone else. It's like sometimes it may give them a reality check. That dang, I hurt her, but now I'm hurt. You know, sometimes a person could dish it out, but they can't always take it. They always can't take it when it's done to them. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I love some of these comments here. Let me catch up on some of these comments. In the same relationship, the most likely won't change. Maybe the next they will change. Exactly, Libra. They cheat because they want to, right? Peach. And I don't cheat, but I understand why certain people do. Right. So we have some people that have never cheated. As far as me, I've never cheated. Sometimes I don't understand why people cheat, but then again, I do understand because sometimes people don't even have a logic or a reasoning behind why they actually cheated on someone in a relationship. So this is a question that I asked last week, but I'm going to ask it again because we have a new person on the panel here today. And I'm going to start with October on this question. What do you consider cheating?
Anything you got to do secretly. If we're in a relationship, first of all, let's talk about that. Protect, this. You're supposed to be there for me in any kind of way in your relationship, So you're supposed to be able to talk to me, supposed to be my best friend, my protector, my healer. So it's like anytime that you're keeping something from me, that's cheating. It's not necessarily having sexual intercourse. Like anything that you're hiding from me is cheating. It don't even have to be a woman. Like I think somebody said something last week on the show where it was like, you're cheating your boss. If you're calling up your job and you're doing this and you're using an excuse for it, you're cheating yourself because you're cheating yourself out of your money, your relationship with your financial situations. So it's like you're cheating all around. So anytime you got to keep something secret, you're cheating.
Anytime you got to keep something secret, it's cheating. Cheating isn't always physical, says Peach. Peach has added text, photos, friends, etc. that you feel you need to hide in the beginning. Ooh, I like that, Peach. Nikki, what do you consider cheating?
I think that I consider cheating anything that you haven't established as a norm in your relationship, like the boundary. If you cross the boundary in a relationship, in dealings with people, then that's cheating, or that's just being dishonest, right? So dishonesty can be cheating. I don't know if I consider a little white lie necessarily cheating. Perhaps you're in a store, someone tried to holler at you, you flirted just a little bit longer. You didn't give them your number or anything, but you may have entertained it a little longer than you probably should have. I'm not sure, and you don't say anything to your partner, right? You're like, yo, this dude tried to holler at me at the store, and I was like, okay, all right, but I didn't, I don't know if that's necessary to always say that part, right? There are little things that happen in our daily interactions that we don't just report back. So I don't know if I think that that's cheating, but it's definitely when you have to be dishonest about your behavior.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like the scenario you use. Yeah, I wouldn't consider that cheating. I consider that flirting, entertaining. But yeah, I wouldn't consider that cheating as well. And we're gonna bring it over to Hazel Ivory. What is your perspective? What do you consider cheating?
Like I said last week, it's doing anything that you wouldn't want your spouse to do. But Nikki really hit the nail on the head. Crossing boundaries, just doing what you wouldn't want your spouse to do.
You're doing something you don't want your spouse to do. Yes. Taking the wedding ring off is cheating.
These comments.
Well, that's trying to hide your husband or your wife at that point in time. So
most of the time you can still see the imprint on your hand. That's happened to me before. Like, dude, I see you're married. Like, what?
Right. So at that point in time, we would consider that cheating. Welcome, welcome, welcome those that are tapping into the show. Life Happens with Strawberry Red. Our topic is cheating acceptable in a relationship? Make sure y'all hit everyone with the fave. Definitely hit me with the fave, as we have a show here every Thursday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time Zone. So I have a question. It says, which do you think is worse? And explain why. Your partner cheating on you with multiple people, or your partner cheating consistently with one person?
Which is worse, you said?
Which one do you consider worse? Your partner cheating with multiple people, or your partner cheating with one person consistently? And you have to explain why. And we're going to start with you, Hazel I.
Neither is great. Neither is good. They're both bad. Both terrible. Don't do it. Don't do it. But I feel like if you're cheating consistently with one person, there is an emotional connection that is being formed, and I feel that that's more detrimental. Well, they're both terrible, but that's worse than multiple partners, because emotions come into play, and that's when like your spouse is just like gone because they're emotionally tied to someone else. So
she said
they're both bad. Don't cheat.
I said they're emotionally not. She's telling that one dude all short comments. She's letting anybody in. Community says so. Ooh, so Nikki, what do you think? Cheating with multiple people or cheating with one person consistently? And explain why you chose one over the other.
I think that cheating with multiple people is worse than cheating with one person consistently. I think that indicates that you don't have any discernment in what you're doing with your sexual activity. You don't have any discernment with who you're sleeping with. If there's some other type of thing there that maybe is not necessarily fixable in a relationship, I think that when you cheat with one person, it still demonstrates. This is gonna be fucked up.
Nikki,
I said, oh sure, and never person too. But this is going to it still demonstrates that you have some sort of commitment or allegiance, or you can do it's this weird thing. There might be a purpose behind it. That person may really be for you, and you didn't know how to exit a relationship. You might not be mature enough to do that. So I apologize for the cursing. I'm sorry.
It's okay. The topic gets very sticky sometimes, so we all slip up and it comes on out, okay? She said multiple people, okay? It struck a nerve, okay? So we gonna pass it over here to Mr. October. Which one do you think is worse? And you must only pick one. Multiple people or cheating with one person consistently. And you have to explain why you chose what you chose.
She kidding me with this explain why, but it's multiple. If I have to pick one, it's multiple again because and I can't wait to the after party once again. But it goes again with just you bringing some home to me. It's just another risk of me having. I'm nasty. I like to get down. I like to do some stuff. So it's like when you come home and I don't know what you did, and then the next minute I'm in the shower a week later and I see something that I ain't supposed to see, and it's like I gotta ask you about it. I gotta go to the doctor, but like it's just that. That's the only thing about the multiple things for me. It's just STDs. You bringing something home to me, and I ain't even worried about you getting pregnant. Just don't bring nothing home to me, please.
Okay. Okay. Well. That definitely can be scary. Cheating with multiple people. If I had to choose, it would be the multiple people, as both of them have said, putting your life at risk, and they're putting their own life at risk at this point in time. They're not caring about yourself, and you're definitely not caring about me or what happens to me. So actually, did you actually love me? Did you actually care about what our relationship is? Like you said, or you're not even thinking about it or being considerate of the whole situation. So I have to agree with October and Nikki. Not that I don't disagree with Hazel, but you only have to choose one because I also believe that cheating with one person consistent can give those emotional ties, which also can disconnect a partner as well in a relationship because they're totally connected to someone else as you're going through something. And sometimes you can never bring that back full circle. So October just keep getting in my head with my questions. My next question is, if your partner cheated on you and brought you back an STD, what would you do? And I'm gonna bring that over to Nikki because she is just.
Listen, I hope I never have to experience that one. That I don't even know what I would do, but it probably involves jail time and some weapons. Honestly, I'm not even what.
Exactly.
Like I don't like. There's no. You don't come back from that, in my opinion. I don't see how you can come back from that. I couldn't come back from that. No. That's an end of the relationship. That's a dead of the friendship. That's a dead of any type of respect and consideration. I have really just kind of lost all whatever with you because at that point, like we know there are things out there that can permanently alter your life, right? And so the level of disregard and disrespect that had to I know it was accidental probably, but it just seems so hard to kind of get past to be able to forgive. Eventually, I would hope that I would be able to do that, but I would be very upset and I would probably want to fight that person.
Yes. Nigga said that she is getting weapons. She's not playing. She's getting that ring and she's fighting. Hazel mentioned something to the effect last week. What are you doing if your partner?
I'm knocking everything over. Because what? The disregard for my life? I have children. Like, what are you doing? Like, was it... this is a feature show. Was that quick fix worth a lifetime of pain for not only me, but for you too? Because you gave it to me, so that means you have it too. So you disregarded your life as well. So if you disregard your life, then why should I think that you would take mine into consideration? So that's that we're done. And I think you can sue. I'm about to sue you for whatever I can sue you for because I'm getting repercussions of anything. Yeah, ain't gonna be pretty. Because I almost had a scare like that one time with the ex I was married to. I told you ended up being with all the protective orders and stuff. Was messing with this dirty chick. Left.
Okay, as you can, she's getting in the ring too. Let's see from a male's perspective. What would the male do? October, if she bring you back something, what are you doing related to cheating?
Only way I'm going to jail is if she give me AIDS. That's the only way I'm going to jail. To jail. To jail. To jail. Other than that, it's everybody, you seen why did I get married to? You seen when Marcus and his wife did it. You seen when he thought he had it, but she really gave it to him. And just if you didn't seen that, that's the scenario. That's my answer right there.
Okay. He said that's it. He's only going to jail from one STD. Someone else they mentioned another. Maybe bad. So it happens, right? Well, let me tell y'all a story. I know someone personally. Her husband ended up passing away during the time of COVID. So her grieving was to get back out and date. She met someone that she actually liked and started dating this guy for about 6 months. She received a phone call from his girlfriend that she did not know he had one. And she informed her that he was HIV positive. Wow. And told her that they've been HIV positive for 12 years. And that her man was cheating on her with her. So at this point in time, she called me and she asked me, what did I think? And I said, I don't think any woman would lie about their status. I think you should go get checked. She went and got checked, and she had to get checked multiple times over the last couple of months. And she found out that she was pregnant, and she did have it. And she did file a police report, but they didn't let him out. They locked him up and let him out, and she shot him and then shot herself. So cheating can definitely lead to not so good ending stories. And so when I tell you this, that when you're making these decisions to be in a relationship and you say that you love someone, make sure that you love yourself first and remember how someone else will feel before you do them wrong, because you never know how it can mess up somebody's mental status and how it can switch on and off. So people can definitely snap. So it's very, very important when you're cheating, think about the consequences. Okay. So my next question is, do you think you can ever rebuild trust once someone in relationship has cheated? Do you think you can rebuild trust in a relationship after someone has cheated? And we're going to pass it over to Hazel.
You never say never or always. So it is a possibility. But I know from my situation, it's always that lingering thought in the back of my head, like, what are you doing? Are you lying? Are you doing this? And that intuition and that discernment actually was true in my case, because the person I married was just total trash. So that put a sour taste in my mouth as far as if you cheat once, you always cheat. But a person can honestly change with hard work, therapy, the willingness to do it. So it's not impossible, but the thought would be there for me until I see change, genuine growth. So it's possible. It's just never happened for me.
Okay. She don't believe that she can build trust in a relationship once cheating, because it's always there in the back of the head, which I think is probably there for most people as well. They probably just don't say it. Welcome, y'all, to Life Happens with Strawberry Red, where we talk about multiple topics. Our topic today is cheating acceptable in a relationship. We are on part 2 of this topic from last week. Make sure y'all hit everyone with a fave, and thank y'all so much. I see y'all there. Thank y'all for the gifts. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all also gift the panel as well, and they appreciate the gifts. So we gonna pass it over to Nikki. Do you think that you can rebuild trust in a relationship after someone has cheated?
Yes, I do. It's a choice. Like I don't think that you have to be a cheater for life. I don't think that that person's going to cheat again, if you decide, right? Like just in my situation, I definitely knew the person was cheating. I like whatever you want to call it into you just know it happened, confronted the issue. I won't say that I got past it and over it. That's not what happened. But moving forward, I don't think that I was like that wasn't the issue that I had, like, oh my gosh, I didn't think he was cheating every single second. It was that instant, it happened, it was what it was. Um, so yeah, I do think you can. I think it's a choice. The same way you choose to love someone despite their faults or shortcomings that they have. If they make a mistake outside of the relationship, in the relationship, it's a choice that you have. And so I think that you can totally fix a relationship past that. Maybe not that example that you gave.
So no, not in that case. Okay, Mr. October, do you think you can rebuild trust again in a relationship after someone has cheated?
Absolutely. It got to come with a lot of overtime, though. A lot of overtime. 7 days in a week. I need a good morning text 6 days. 6 days. If we stay together, I need morning breakfast, and I'm not talking about eggs, pancakes, and sausage. You just have to do more. When you're out in the streets, I shouldn't have to call you and check up on you. You should be making all these efforts to prove yourself to me that this is it. So if you are out, give me a call. Hey, what you doing? How you doing? I'm coming up to check on you. Boom, boom, boom. I'll be home so-and-so. And make sure that you're home at so-and-so. Make sure your phone is charged. Like all of this stuff, this shows actions and reasons on why you still want to be with me. The more you do that, the more I'm going to get turned on by that. The more you have me, the more I'm going to open my trust up for you. But the moment that you slip, I'm just going to be quiet.
Okay. Woo, so he's saying she has to work for it. He want to see it through action. He wants breakfast. He wants phone check-ins and text messages and phone calls. Maybe he ain't saying it, but probably gonna say share your location. Uh,
I'm
she
about
got,
to say that. I was about to say that.
she got, look out, he's like, right, share your
We
location.
got FaceTime for that now.
Look, now he want to actually physically see. Are you where you say you gonna be? See, it's
Yes.
smart, 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 smart.
Our iPhone users, Google Duo.
Yep. And when I call, answer the phone.
Yeah, I hear that.
Be
So
available.
they gotta work for it. They gotta work for it. Do you ever think you can rebuild trust in relationship? I do believe you can after someone cheated. But it's also gonna have to start with you. Can you really trust that person? Because what tends to happen, sometimes people say that they can actually get over a situation and then they bring it back up again. And so it's like, did you really forgive me? Or are we still on the same thing? I thought we moved past it. I thought we discussed it. So that goes back into my next question. Once you have resolved cheating, are you the type of person to bring it up because you're feeling a little insecure about a situation? Or you just got it in the back of your mind, like Hazel said, and because they cheated once, that sometimes you pick arguments for a mistake that a person has made. Are you the type of person to bring it up? And I'm going to bring that over to Nikki.
Look, I'm gonna keep it 100 right here. I am the type of person to bring it up. If you cheated, if you did that thing, you have to allow me the space to heal. I forgive you, but I can't forget that damn easy. I am human too, and you're not gonna hold me more accountable for my actions than you held yourself accountable. Like if you're getting upset that I keep bringing it up, well then you shouldn't have opened the box. All right, that is your consequence. If I'm still here with you, rocking with you, and I'm working through this, then you have to respect that. I get super annoyed when somebody is just like, yo, if you forgive, then you shouldn't bring it up. And you should, no, they shouldn't have fucking cheated. And they, oh my gosh, I'm on it today. I am so sorry. What is happening? They shouldn't have done that act, and they have to deal with the ramifications that come as a consequence if you are trying to work with it, because that person is only human. They did not open that box. They are trying to work through that at their own pace. Okay.
Nikki is passionate, okay? She is
I
passionate.
was about
But at least she kept it 100, okay? She kept it 100 here, okay? It
Definitely
struck a
kept it
nerve.
100.
Flashback.
You
She's
kept it
bad.
100.
But we got to give it to her, though. She kept it real. She's... She got to be real. Sometimes these topics can struck a nerve, can make you get the flashback, okay? She got one. We just gonna excuse her for that because we got the real experience, the real her. At least she was woman enough to say she is the type of woman that be a little petty would bring it up because she ain't fully healed yet. She needs time, and you're not giving her enough time that she needs because everybody needs time. We get it at our own pace. So we're gonna bring it over here to Mr. October. Are you the type of person that bring it up after you got past it?
I am not. I am not. I am not. And it is actually one of my pet peeves because I have mottos. I have, things that I stand on. And one thing that I do stand on, when you do have a man that's doing better, you never do the things that bring him back down because you discourage him. You give him the opportunity to just be like, well, I'm trying. You keep bringing this up. So I would curse, but I know how to forget it, whatever. I tried. You still on me about the case, so now I'm just going to do whatever I want to do because now you have built that you discourage me. You get to the point where I really am trying and we talked about it. We settled it. You accepted it. But then it's like to a point where you come and I only say accepted it because you haven't left me. I see here when you raised your eyebrow. You accepted it because I'm not going out your life. So you did accept it. So now we have to fix it. And if I'm trying and you're still bringing it up, that's a button. That's a button.
That's a button. That's a button. I definitely can agree with you. Sometimes people are trying to make a change and they're trying to do better and they're working really, really hard. And sometimes it's our own insecurities, our own healing that we didn't get through because we was traumatized and we was hurt and we just didn't heal through that pain. And sometimes it could be something that you do or something you say that can make you like question what you're doing, and we don't attend to bring it up or it's our attention. It just comes out that way because we're feeling angry. We remember what you did, and then boom, and now it's causing more issues between us, creating more arguments, creating more fights. When you're actually probably doing everything that you can to do right, but we just don't see it because we ain't processed, we ain't fully healed yet. So I'm gonna bring that over to Hazel Eyed. Are you the type of person to bring up cheating again once y'all had both said, okay, we agree, I'm not going to do it anymore, we move past it and resolve the issue?
In my last relation, well, let's start. Before, yes, I would bring it up, and we would have the whole talk of, I thought you were working on forgiving me. Why are you bringing it up? Kind of what October was saying. But I kind of agree with Nikki. You can't do what you do and just expect me to forget about it. But at the same time, it's also like you chose to stay. So if you chose to stay, that means you're going to want to work through it. And you can't work through it if you're constantly bringing it up. So at this point in my life, well, it happened with my kid's dad. Like, I'm not even going to stay, for my mental peace and sanity. I found out I was pregnant, 9 months pregnant with my daughter. I found out my kid's dad was cheating. I left the next day. Like, I'm not even dealing with that at this point in my life. If you can't be faithful to me, if you feel like you got to step out, go ahead and do your thing. But I did bring it up in my marriage. I brought it up over and over. And it wasn't helpful for my mental health because I always thought about it. Like, what are you doing? Where are you at? Why are you doing this? Why did you answer the phone? Why? Blah, blah, blah. So I don't think it's mentally helpful to keep bringing it up, but I also don't think it's mentally helpful to stay if you feel that you need to keep bringing it up. So
I'm torn between that right there, though, because at the end of the day, like I read in the comments too, and people are like, if you can't forget about it, leave. That person is working through that too. Like, how you are staying with someone who cheated on you, and now that person can't handle that you're bringing it up. They can't handle it. That's crazy to me. Like, that's actually crazy. They didn't cheat on you, and you can't stay through their mental anxiety, their mental insecurity. You can't help them work through that when you cause that. That wouldn't have never even existed. So, and it's hard when people are like, you're not healed. It's very hard to heal in a relationship with the person that caused the hurt. That takes longer than if you were to just separate, leave, heal on your own, do the work on your own. You can't do that. What if you guys have a family? You live together. All your finances are tangled up. Like, it's not as easy as people say that it is, right? So what ends up happening is you internalize all of that. You're trying to heal, but it just becomes all of these little fractures. It's like you drop a mirror, and it's all these little splinters, and you're trying to put it together.
I definitely agree with Nikki. It is hard to heal anytime you're with someone because you have to look at them every day. And right now you're mad at the hurt that they caused. So it is crazy that the other person can't take that you're not fully healed. And yes, it may happen that you're going to bring it up, but it's going to take an effort from both of you all to get past it if you decide to stay. But once again, I'm going to have to touch base on what Hazel said. Well, you choose to stay, but even though you choose to stay because you may have be tied in with so much stuff that it's not as easy to leave, and you have no choice but to really deal with it, or you have to make an exit plan, because sometimes as women make exit plans. We don't just hop out there because we got the kids. At the end of the day, we got to figure out how can we get out the relationship but still be financially okay, still be mentally okay. So we have to deal with it for a certain amount of time until we have that exit plan. Or maybe we're staying and see if it can get fixed. And because sometimes going somewhere else can be scary because you already know this person and you rather deal with their BS before you deal with anyone else's. So it's not as easy as people say it is. But this is going to bring me into my next question. But before I do, welcome to Life Happens with Strawberry Bread. Our topic is cheating acceptable in a relationship? We are on part 2. Thank y'all so much for the gifts. Make sure y'all fave everyone here on the panel. Also give our panel as well. We appreciate you. So we talked about trust. It was our last question. Can you ever feel like you can build trust with someone? So this is a question we talked about last week, and we're going to touch bases on it again. So are you saying that cheating is not a deal breaker? So would you still remain in a relationship? Is cheating not a deal breaker, or you're just going to leave? And we're going to bring it over to October. Is cheating not a deal breaker?
It's a deal breaker because I'm the type of person where I'll save it for the after show. Cheating, no, I'm good. It's a deal breaker.
Okay, he said it is a deal breaker. So part 2 of the question is you staying or you leaving because of cheating?
She's leaving because I keep saying this. I've been that bum. I've been that person who just didn't have it. So my mom always told me, once you get your own, can't nobody say nothing to you. So I will never get to that situation where a woman can put me out. So she's leaving, to answer your question, because that's just not me. That's not me. So yeah, when you say that, she's leaving.
Okay, so he's not leaving, but he's kicking her out. The relationship. So Nikki, is cheating a deal breaker? Are you staying or you leaving?
Cheating is not a deal breaker, but I do think that in future relationships, when I sit down and talk about what it is that I want, I don't know if I want to think about monogamy in the ways that we think about it, where I'm expecting that you are going to only be with me for the rest of your life. I want to have open communication, and if that means having an open relationship at certain points in our relationship, I'm okay with that.
Okay, I like that. Hazel says she don't know about an open relationship, but is cheating a deal breaker for you?
Yep. Like I said, I used to deal with it and try to work through it, but I've been single for 2 years now. Last time I found out I was cheated on, I left the next day, pregnant and all, small child already and all. It's a deal breaker for me at this point, because I know what I want, and that's not that. And I'm not willing to add that extra stress on this journey that I'm on right now. So if you feel you need to cheat, bye. Open relationship, no. I'm not sharing. Just no. It is a deal breaker for me because why couldn't we have just talked about it before it got to that point? Like, what is the issue in our relationship that we can work on before it gets to that? And sometimes the truth is hard to swallow. But I feel honesty, communication is big. If it's an issue that I'm doing, let me know. Let's work on it. Because if you cheat, it's a wrap. I can make a backup plan in 12 hours. I've done it. So,
So you
no.
staying or you leaving? You staying or you leaving,
Leaving.
Hazel? Okay.
Leaving.
Hazel said that
Leaving. Sorry.
she's leaving.
Went off on a
Supreme, we talked about that question not so long ago. He said he don't want to catch the crabs.
It's not that I have a backup plan. It's that you forced the hand that I have. It wasn't a backup plan, but I can make a plan. Is what I'm saying. I'm just sorry I had to respond to that.
Right. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all wanting to hop in and get in on the questions. Stick around for another 13 minutes. We will have the after show where you can get in the date box and answer these questions. These are featured guests that are here on the panel to stay the whole hour. But if you're interested in being on the show, make sure you tap in at my IG and come get up on here on the show and answer some questions. But stick around. You will get a chance to chime in on this topic. Thank you so much for wanting to get on the panel. Okay, well, don't beat me up here with my answer. Is cheating a deal breaker? I'm going to say no, and then I'm going to say yes. The reason no is because depending on how he cheated, when he cheated, who he cheated with, and the situation, I'm not going to leave him automatically, especially if it's the first time. If I'm in love with him and we have more, I've always been told, if the good outweigh the bad, then you go with the good. If it's always the bad outweighing the good, then I'm leaving. But if it's the first time and it's not something major, then I know I will probably forgive him the first time. If it's a serial of things that I found out and it's the bad outweighing the good, then I'm automatically leaving. So I'm not going to leave my man for cheating on me one time. I will not. And I'm just going to keep it a buck. And I will forgive him. We will get past it, and we will talk about it. But if it's a serial of things that let out, yes, I would. And a lot of women say they won't, but they end up staying with men in relationships where men have cheated. So we know a lot of the women more easily to stay. But we know the men, they can never take it. And so they're quick to leave their woman if she cheated. And there are some men that have forgave their man for cheating. So don't beat me out. I'm just being a realist because I know I'm not just going to leave my good relationship because he cheated with one woman and let all my stuff go and we can fix it for something that wasn't major. So no, I'm working it out with my man.
Can I ask you a question? What makes something, what's major? What do you mean by major?
What's major?
Like, because cheating ain't accidentally slipping and falling.
Okay, what's major? What would cause me to leave? I like it. She's asking the host a question. Love it. If he had a baby on me, if he had STDs, all of that good stuff. I had a whole nother secret life in marriage that I found out later. These are things that would cause someone to leave right away. But if it was a one-time thing, he cheated, it wasn't a consistent thing, it happened, it was just a out one time with the boys, it happened, and it came back home and found out weeks or months later.
It don't just happen. I'm just saying. That's not something.
I'm just giving an example.
You feel me? That don't just happen.
It don't just happen, but it happened.
Open my leg.
Give it an example. It's major, but it's not major. You know what I'm saying? That would cause the break of the family. And a lot of women here, they're not going to be honest, but they're actually going to stay. They're not going to leave their man right away. But I'm going to be a realist. I'm going to be a realist about mine. Look,
can I ask you something else?
Look, here's but you stayed.
If the relationship was just like intact, like cheating is not a like it can be it's a mistake sometimes, but it's not accidental. You don't accidentally cheat. So if you're in a solid relationship, how is that not? I just feel cheating is a no-go. But like if you're in a solid relationship, why would a person cheat? It's a choice. Exactly. It's a choice. So I feel that, how do I say this on the feature show? It's no accident that you cheat. You can't blame it on alcohol. You can't blame it on anything. You wanted to do what you wanted to do, and now you got to deal with the consequences of your actions.
Right. Absolutely. It's definitely
I'm
it's
not saying
definitely a choice.
I'm just questioning what you said.
It's definitely a choice. But this is gonna go back to you. You said you're leaving automatically. Your husband has cheated on you and you stayed. So at the end of the day, you didn't leave your husband right away because he cheated on you. So you did accept it.
I was 18. I'm gonna just say that I was 18. 18. That was a while ago.
But you still stayed. You didn't leave right away for the first cheat. So,
and
but the cheating continued.
If I forgive him, I look at cheating as it can be, unless you're serial, but it's moments of weakness, right? And so what I want someone to provide me with that grace, those moments of weakness. Forgive me for those moments that I have to. And that includes if I bring it up. I don't actually care, and I know y'all gonna hate me for this. If I bring that up 8 years later, I'm bringing it up. It hurt. I'm not over it. But those moments of weakness I know somebody's eyes is like 8 years later, what the hell? Because you don't understand.
Blocked. Not blocked. I'm sorry.
Listen, I knew people were going to say that. At the end of the day, you opened the box. I could have sat there for 5 years and not even processed that shit. I could have just been going that stuff. I am not the one today. I could have just been going on with my life, dealing with work, having children with you, doing all kinds of things, and just never really fully processed the magnitude of, you had an affair. You had a whole relationship happening on me. And one day I wake up like, I don't want to do this anymore, or I want to talk about it now. I don't know. It's mysterious. It works in crazy, crazy ways. But like I said, still, if I accept you for your shortcomings, accept me for mine. And if mine don't have to deal with infidelity, I actually don't understand what the big deal is.
Okay. Nikki, I'm going to have to wash your mouth out today. Put a pin in your mouth for a second. Right down. And wash your mouth out for a second. Okay. No girl, see y'all in the chat. No girl, it's struck a nerve with her. She is not hanging. We are washing out mouths today. Oh, it depends, okay? Okay. I see someone trying to hop in on the panel. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all trying to hop in on the panel, but stick around for 6 more minutes. You can definitely get in on this topic. These are our featured guests here on the show here. You got a dial-up computer thinking that long load. Well, some people, once again, everybody's healing is different. Remember, you can process it in a few weeks, a few days, a few months, a few years, couple of years, 10 years. You never get over. Sometimes people never get over stuff at all, or something or another situation happens, and then it brings a trigger, and then some people don't actually deal with stuff right then and there. So it just really depends. It really just depends on the person and the individual. Okay, I have one more last question that I need to get in right quick. We have 5 minutes. Okay, the last question for the panel. Is it better to love someone you can't trust or trust someone you don't love? Is it better to love someone you can't trust or trust someone you don't love?
In a relationship?
Yes. Okay. Trust someone.
Exactly. Trust someone you don't love.
Okay. What are you? What are you? What about you, October? Is it better for you to love someone you can't trust or trust someone you don't love?
I take the trust.
Which one?
This is serious. I take the trust.
They both the same thing. Do you trust someone you don't love, or you trust someone you don't?
It'll be somebody I trust that I don't love.
Okay, there we have it, y'all. This will conclude our show for today. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. If y'all have not hit the fave button on everyone here on the panel, make sure you hit the fave button with everyone here on the panel. Make sure you definitely fave myself. If y'all are looking for faves and y'all are in the room, oh my goodness, we have 642 people in the room in less than an hour. Woo, 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 woo. So we should be seeing faves. Drop a strawberry in chat. Drop strawberries in chat if you ready to receive a fave and you ready to give a fave. Drop them strawberries. Let me see them strawberries. Spam that chat for them faves. Fave, strawberry. Okay, we gonna have the panel here introduce themselves. They're gonna tell you a little bit about themselves, their streaming days, streaming hours, and what you can expect when you go to their stream. And we're gonna start with Hazel I.
Hey y'all, I'm Hazel. I am typically a night streamer, so 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I am moving into morning stream. Working on a time. Follow me on IG. You'll see when I'm live. I'm also working on a few shows, and I am now admin for TT Mama. So if y'all are interested in doing Wow Factor, Get It Wet, lip sync, whatever y'all want to do, just hit me up on Instagram. I would love to help. Catch me when you can.
All right, thank you, Hazel. Catch it when you can. Don't forget,
I pay back.
Everyone that dropped a strawberry will get a fave. If you're not dropping those strawberries, no fave for you. So drop a strawberry for a fave to receive a fave. Nikki, tell them about what you got going on.
What's up? I apologize for my mouth today. It was a lot. It struck a nerve. I do Soul Flow Sundays. It's at 10 a.m. It alternates between my live and Snow Bunny's live. It's a place where you can come and unwind and think about how your week is going to be. You can come and meditate. You can come and plan for your week. This week we are talking about forgiveness, which clearly I need to talk about. We're talking about forgiveness and how to invite forgiveness in your life so that you can grow. And be a better person. I do have another show coming Saturdays. It's called Soft Girl Summer. And it's a series where we're just talking about how to embrace your femininity, and, invite that into your life. The time, I'm not too sure about that, but just hit me on Instagram, follow me, and you will see what's happening there. I appreciate you, Strawberry. As always, you're amazing, and you do amazing things.
Thank you, Nikki. And everybody make sure y'all fave Nikki and go check out both of those shows. They are going to be dope. They're always dope. She's a dope individual. And we have Sweatpants, is known as Mr. October. Tell them what you got going on.
Mr. October, how y'all doing? I stream mostly every day, but you will catch me in this live usually 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. I usually go live 10 a.m. to about 1, 2 o'clock p.m. My live is very, very random. So you never know what you're going to get in my live, but it's always positive vibes. It's always great energy. I am a nut. I am a clown. I love to have fun. I love to laugh. So I will be in her auction Saturday, Sweatpants and Lingerie. So make sure y'all hit the fave. Make sure y'all fave her. Tune in. It starts at 8 o'clock. It actually starts at 7 o'clock because you have a DJ. Follow her IG because all the contestants and the times are on there. But make sure y'all fade because you're not going to want to miss this. I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss this. Please don't come broke.
Well, there you have it. Kind of gave you a little bit of something about Strawberry. Well, as y'all know here, every Thursday, tap in. You can catch Life Happens with Strawberry Red between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. Eastern Time Zone. We have different topics every week. We talk about real life situations, so sometimes it can get a little sticky. And it can struck a nerve, as y'all can see here. But you're always going to get the real person, and you're going to get the real experience here. So if you're looking for real, you came to the right place. Here is the place you want to be. If you want to tell your story and you want to be a part of the show, please add my IG. Always looking for new contestants and always looking to hear new people's new experience. And remember, if you are not a guest on the show and you always want to chime in on the question, make sure that you stick around because there's always an after show that we're about to get in to talk about. Now, what Strawberry has going on, Mr. October already told y'all, this Saturday, tap in at 7 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. We're going to do a pre-opening with a DJ Maddie for 1 hour from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. At 8:05, we will have our First Lady come up. They will be giving performances. They will be judged on their lighting. They will be judged on their outfits. The outfit is lingerie, okay? Who has the best energy and who has the best performance, okay? We have 16 beautiful ladies that will go up first. Then we're going to have a halftime performance with DJ High Key, who's then going to perform for us with the DJ for about 15 minutes. And then we're going to go into the males with Gray Sweatpants. And the males, they got to come through with their performances as well. Then at the end, your one and only host will be in her lingerie. If y'all know me, I'm always known for my lingerie. So, of course, I will be in my lingerie and I will give a performance. So, everyone also has a chance to buy Strawberry because my number one is not buying me. He will be hosting me. So, who would put their name in Strawberry? Because it definitely holds much weight if your name gets put in Strawberry. And Strawberry has a special gift for that person. Also, I have some new upcoming events coming in July. I will not disclose that, but tap in and make sure, like he said, add the IG because you can find a lot of information this show today. If you missed it, check out the IG. I will add the YouTube link there, and you will catch snippets of the show there. And then you can catch what goes on in my stream. Something different all the time. There's different content and structure that you will find here. It's never a dull moment. So get with the program. Once again, tap in next Thursday, and that's what conclude our show and announcement.